Well, this month we've been taking a closer look at important Minnesota stories in Black history, and this is one of them. It took a lawsuit and a federal order in 1971 to open up jobs to minorities in the Minneapolis Fire Department.
But 135 years ago, there were Black men working as Minneapolis firefighters and serving in leadership roles. A firehouse where these men lived and worked is still standing, and now there's work being done to tell their story for future generations.
Tucked into the corner of 45th and Hiawatha is a part of African American history in Minneapolis. Built in 1907, this building was fire station number 24, where every firefighter was African American. It was an act of segregation at the time, after several years of firefighters serving together. Located along the rail line where many African Americans had settled and where grain companies had built storage facilities that would need quick response in the event of a fire.
Several years prior to the discovery of this exact location, someone had basically whispered to me that there was an all-black fire station. So I was about finding the needle in the haystack.
Meet retired Hennepin County Judge LaJune Lang.
So this is where the men would have their coats, clothes.
She's worked to save this building and to unlock the rarely told story of the men who served here.
It was what we call locked in the cupboard. So a lot of Black history is locked in the cupboard. So it wasn't that I'm the first one to know about the story. The story was there, but it was just locked in the cupboard so that only a few people knew about it.
There are a few names and pictures that are known. Archie Spence, Oscar Clark, James Cannon. And John Cheatham was the leader here. He came to Minneapolis as a freed slave and achieved the title of fire captain by 1899.
I think that for John Cheatham in a segregated city to be able to be on the Minneapolis Fire Department was a pretty exceptional situation. And for him to rise to the rank of captain, it was our city, in spite of all the other social pressures, recognizing his effort and his ability.
This 1906 article details the controversy over segregating the men and how some people in the neighborhood opposed this all-black brigade. And then 60 white women in the neighborhood signed a petition supporting the men. Judge Lang says they were known to be excellent at their jobs, relying on horses to get them where they needed to go.
I recall reading that this station was able to arrive at a fire faster than the neighboring stations. And yes, this station, to know that in a segregated environment, these men served everybody. They were serving every house, every call. Didn't matter what they looked like, they were there to respond.
The original lockers are still here. The hole in the ceiling for the fire pole and the staircase, those are original. At least 11 Black men worked for the Minneapolis Fire Department in this building. And many of John Cheatham's relatives still live in Minneapolis today.
Let's go, guys. Come on, baby. You ain't tired. Hi, we are Ludi Webster and Corey Webster, and we are the great nephews of the first Black fire captain, John Cheatham. Double J.
Ludi and Corey met us at Ludi's gym in South Minneapolis.
Well, for me, it's really hard to imagine what he has had to go through to even obtain that position, and then to find out that there really wasn't another Black fire captain until I believe the mid-90s, and that's hard to swallow. At that time, you know, there were strides being made, if you look back at history. In some equality actually happening. And then from what I've read in my studies, you know, Jim Crow comes along, and then we're starting over again.
Fire Station 24 was closed in 1941. At the time, both white and Black men were working here, but Black men were either phased out or lost their jobs. And it would be the early 70s before another black man was employed by the Minneapolis Fire Department. That took a lawsuit to open up the hiring process to minorities. And a paralegal working on that case was none other than Judge Lang.
As we know in society, we move forward and then we have retrenchment and we lose ground. And that's been the history of America.
Minneapolis designated this building as a historic landmark in 2022 and renamed a road near the building for John Cheatham. And now it's time to share more of this story.
I think it's important that it's still there and that it's as a part of Minnesota history, and people need to know it. You know, we know it, but we would like everybody to know. We'd like them to know where the city was at one point.
We find a lot of black history is locked in the cupboard, so that's why they call it daylighting. It's not that you are writing new history, but you're unlocking and opening the doors so the history that's already there can reach the public.
Fire Station 24 is now home to a children's art center called Adventures in Cardboard, and the owner is committed to preserving the history of the firefighters, and he wants it to become a place where people can visit and learn about the past. Today, Minneapolis has a black fire chief, Brian Tyner. Tyner is the second black fire chief in the city's history. And if you'd like to learn more about number 24 or any of our other stories for Black History Month, please visit fox9.com.
And if you want to learn more about John Cheatham, I was telling you that he's buried at Lakewood Cemetery, the gem of a cemetery in the heart of Minneapolis. And there's a historian there who has some wonderful stories about him and the contributions he made. So what an incredible story, and so important for us to remember.
It is. There's so many stories like this that are out there that just need to be told.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.